Squash XL Pro is an elite team that work hard to train, play and run squash events on our journey to climb the world rankings. Like, subscribe, comment, pick up some of our merch on Teespring.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the women's final of the Northland Open here at the Whangarei Squash Club. And we have Abbie Palmer, the left-hander. She's the top seed, just hitting the tin there. And ranked at 117 in the world. She is a 7-time champion of this tournament. Up against the 41-year-old Shelley KITCHEM, former world number 6. And two current and former, as such, former Northland players. Shelley KITCHEM, not totally sure how many times she's won this title because she can't remember, and the trophy's got a couple of gaps on it. I think she's in those gap years, but I'm sure it would have been a few times. And just a couple of points in, Shelley taking an early lead already, and 4-1 in this first game. We're not expecting big long rallies because that's what happens with these two. It's going to be quick rallies. But in the meantime, a player who was also a Northland rep, but now out of the Waikato, Finn Trimble. Good to have you. You played for Lugden Park last weekend, didn't you, in the Cousin Shield? You guys won as well.
Yeah, happy to get the win there, for sure.
I mean, it's a pretty stacked team, though, really. When you were playing at number 4.
Yeah, I was playing number 4. Yeah, we're lucky to have just a good bunch of players around that area. Yeah, it's good for training and stuff, obviously, as well.
What was who was in the team? You had Luamba, Tenwa, Zach.
Yeah, I had Luamba at 1, Tenwa at 2. Zach at 3, me at 4, and Jay Niche at 5.
That is stacked. But it wasn't exactly easy, was it, winning the title? Was it against the Devoy club in the end?
Yeah, against Devoy. So they had a bit of a battle against Hutt City in the semi-final.
Right. Yep.
That went right to the wire. So I'm guessing, yeah, a few of them were a bit broken for the final. So we got through the final pretty comfortably, but.
Because most of the Devoy club is actually the extended Devoy family, I think. Is it Oakley's Devoys as such?
Three of the Oakley brothers were in that team,
yeah. And but that was a lot of fun, though, having the Mitchell Cup there as well for the women, because there was some fierce competition in that as well. And I think everybody likes getting together, don't they?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was a great tournament. I heard there's actually a petition going around to try and keep the Cousin Shield and Mitchell Cup at the Tauranga Club for the next couple of years, actually.
Well, I mean, the thing is, there's not so many venues that can actually host some. I mean, it's about 200 players or something.
Yeah.
I mean, this year in particular was huge.
Yeah, it's a massive tournament, one of the biggest tournaments of the year.
Yeah, I mean, there was, I think maybe it was about 16 men's teams and 12 women or something like that. It was a lot, and that's, I think. After you're so individual when you're on the court, aren't you? Then suddenly you're part of a team. Yeah,
it adds a little bit, that extra kind of dynamic to the game when you're actually representing your team and kind of playing, not just playing for yourself. I guess.
Do you find squash a selfish game in many ways? Because it is you against another player.
I think that's what drew me to squash originally, was the fact that everything's on you. You have no one else to blame but yourself on court when things go bad and stuff. So but then it is great having a team to play for and stuff too. So it's good.
All right, and in this final here, this women's final, a little bit of a comeback from Abbie Palmer. Just got a couple of points back. Shelley there with a nice touch. She's got so much power, hasn't she?
Yeah, it's awesome to see her play.
Yeah, I mean,
back on court again.
Yeah, exactly. She was world number 6, which is kind of funny, and now 41 with 3 little kids down there. One of them was running onto the court beforehand. I think that one's only about 2 years old, but full of life.
Yeah, also quite fitting to have two Northlanders in the final of the Northland Open.
Yeah, it is. In fact, the 3rd and 4th as well.
Really?
Was it Crystal and
Sasha
as well? And that's. I think that's really good. You had Crystal coming back after not playing for a while. Yeah. Shelley resides in Auckland, and Abbie now plays out of Auckland. But great that they want to come back and be up here.
Exactly.
Makes for a nice weekend.
Yeah.
So let's see if Shelley can try and close this up. She's had a decent gap, decent little run. Ooh. And, you know, you've obviously seen Abbie play a lot.
Yeah.
She doesn't always show that much emotion, although she did on that occasion. Just being the left-hander, I guess, is a little bit of a rarity. Nice shot.
I think that might have been down.
Oh, it was down. You got nice for pointing that out.
Clip the top of the tin. Yeah, and I'm definitely keen, you know, like to even go overseas in the future when that's possible. You know, it's a good way to kind of, you know, travel the world and play squash. It's a great way to see the world that way.
Yeah.
So yeah, looking forward.
I would think that perhaps for someone your age, there's no hurry.
No.
You know, there's no hurry that you have to be earning a certain amount. I mean, it's always nice if you can, but there's, you know, you don't have to settle into anything. Take advantage of the situation that you've got, and you've got that study to fall back on. Nice shot there from Abbie Palmer.
Yeah. Like I said, it's good. Yeah, just like that peace of mind of having that degree to fall back on. You know.
Yeah. Because there are a lot of athletes in different sports who maybe they're exceptionally good at as a junior, but they just never really have the time to dedicate themselves. And I mean, and that's where I've been around tennis players so much. For me, some of the players and some of the real good ones were like, gee, it would have been good to study, but I had to dedicate so much towards my sport.
It's a tough one because it obviously takes a lot of time to be the best in any sport, really. But at the same time, all it can take is kind of one injury or something, and then you know that can be career ending in some cases. So it is tough.
Well, that's where studying in the US can probably help you get to a bigger job or a bigger company around the world.
Yeah, right, for sure.
So for you, the next tournament is the NZ Champs in Wellington? Ooh, that one.
That's the next big one. I'm actually playing Franklin Open, I believe it is, next weekend.
Okay.
And then, New Zealand Nationals after that, the following weekend.
Yeah, that'll be fun. It'll be interesting to play out of Wellington, out of Hutt Valley. Hasn't been held there for many, many years.
Yeah.
Look at that power. Right, so let's just have a look now at this women's final, and Shelley KITCHEM taking the first. And, having to stretch on that one. Ooh. Just the look on Shelley KITCHEM's face when she doesn't get to a ball. It's almost annoyance, isn't it?
Not happy with herself.
Yeah, exactly. And this is one of the things, I guess, when you really come back into a sport, you perhaps... Oh. So there's a little bit of a dying on that one, Finn. Is there corners here that die a little bit more than other courts?
I wouldn't say. I think it's a pretty even, like, all-round court.
Right.
I'd say plays pretty true.
Oh, nice shot.
Plays pretty true. Great shot, yeah.
I think
great little hold there from Shelley.
It's quite a classical shot. I mean, obviously, you know, she was playing 20 years ago at a peak or roundabout, but she does have some quite classic shots. Quite a swing.
Yeah. No, I've always liked watching Shelley play.
Nice play. What about, do you watch some of the top players on the PSA, or are you just like playing?
I watch quite a lot of PSA squash. Just the bigger tournaments, the bigger events, and I want to support Paul Cole as much as I can too. So watch most of his semi-finals and finals and stuff like that when he's in them.
Yeah, such a great effort by Paul over the last couple of years. Fourth in the world.
Had a great tournament at Alguna, I believe it was, recently. Just losing to Al Shabagi in the final.
And great play there from Shelley KITCHEM. It looked as though Abbie Palmer was controlling that point so well, but Shelley never give up attitude, and that's a real something that juniors should be watching. You never know, if you get on back, well, it means your opponent has to hit one more back. Oh, that one though. Well, when you play against someone like Abbie, who's a little bit, I wouldn't say hit and miss, it's a bit harsh, but when you play against someone like that, it's quite difficult. Maybe against Mason Smales or similar as a lefty.
Yeah.
Is there a game plan that you can have against someone like that?
It's a tough one because they're gonna go out and they're gonna play their shots. So you kind of just got to hope that their shots aren't coming off on the day, I guess. Really.
So Shelley Kitchen in fine form in this women's final at the Northland Open at the Whangarei Squash Club. The second seeded player winning the first 11-8 and then winning the second 11-5 against Abbie Palmer. And oh, look at that low drive. Boy, that didn't bounce up off the floor at all. And a tough shot for Palmer to even stretch for. So well done, Shelley Kitchen there. And Shelley Kitchen really seems fired up for this one. A nice lob serve. Oh. But the return of the lob, it was just kept so low. Nicely played there from Abbie Palmer. And just under the line.
Shot.
Yeah, that's good play. So a couple of really good shots to get it back into this match for Abbie Palmer. She's got a 3-2 lead now. Dropped the first 2 games. And as we mentioned, yeah, it looks as though it touched the line. As we mentioned, she'd won this tournament, or she has won this tournament on 7 previous occasions. Shelley Kitchen, we're actually not too sure because, oh, she hit it. A little bit of a collision there on the swing through, but the ball also kept so low. So thanks for tuning in, having a little watch. Don't forget we do have the men's final, Lawamba Chalisi against HWR Shelley. And those two have played twice in PSA Challenger tournaments this year, 1-1. Let us know where you're watching from. Obviously, very strong Northland links with both of these players.
Shot.
Oh, not been able to get to that one, so a much improved performance from Abbie Palmer in this particular game after dropping the first 2. We haven't had too many long rallies, but then we didn't expect those. And Shelley Kitchen, the 2-point buffer. Oh, that's nice. No, it's not. Keep on getting it wrong. It is. It is 3 points now.
Shooting.
I tell you, you cannot figure which shot is going to come next. She hits a lot of winners, does Abbie Palmer, straight off the serve. And just keeping Shelley Kitchen within reach is Abbie Palmer. Oh, that's got to be frustrating. Won't be happy with that. Again, Palmer staying with Shelley Kitchen in this particular match, this particular set. It was 3-point lead for Kitchen. Back to 1. And the change of direction.
Shot.
Oh, that's better play. And Finn Trimble getting some support from Maz Saunders. Good on you, Maz. Oh, that change of direction down just too far for Shelley Kitchen to turn around, run back, grab that one. So this is a little turnaround. as Abbie Palmer takes the 1-point lead. Oh, there we go. And the game point, first game point. You can see Shelley Kitchen a little frustrated. She's had to do a lot of stretching, a lot of work here. Well, that holds off one game point there. That is a beautiful shot. Just so flat, hard, low.
Hey.
And there we go. That is the third game to Abbie Palmer. 11-9 after dropping the first two. Shelley Kitchen taking those first two, and this is the Northland Open final. So this is the women's final of the Northland Open, and Shelley Kitchen up against Abbie Palmer. Shelley Kitchen taking the first two games, 11-8 and 11-5. And a nice little comeback for Abbie Palmer to take the third, 11-9. In fact, Shelley Kitchen was up by 3 points in the third. Abbie Palmer then really playing a bit of smarter squash and moving Shelley Kitchen around a lot, changing directions. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, good play again. So it's not over yet, folks. It looks as though that Shelley Kitchen could wrap it up in straight. And really, Palmer, whatever she said to herself, it worked. Yeah, another good shot. Gee. Yeah, she's come out playing strong again. And one of the things that Abbie Palmer has managed to do in the third, and now this in the fourth, is actually get forward and control the point a bit more. And the first two, it was Kitchen controlling the point. That's better depth. That's much better point by both players, but Kitchen finishing off in the end from the body. And a good crowd here at the Whangarei Squash Club, watching two Northerners, albeit that Abbie Palmer plays for North Shore Club, and gee, she hits so many winners from the serve. It's quite remarkable. I think most people love to do that. Nice shot. So a 4-1 lead now. And this, well, it can't quite be a repeat of the Browns Bay Open in the final there, where Abbie Palmer won in 4. But Abbie Palmer can still win in 5. It'd be a nice comeback if she did it. That's a good play. It was almost relief on Shelley Kitchen's face. I don't think she wanted to hit another shot in that rally. And just remembering that Shelley Kitchen has been a beaten finalist at the Henderson Open in 5 to Emma Miller, and in 4 at the Browns Bay tournament as well. So she won't want to be runner-up again. Not quite enough distance on that one from Abbie Palmer. So from a 3-1 up for Abbie Palmer, it's now a 4-3 to Palmer in this, the fourth game. Oh, nice. Just so close to the wall, wasn't much you could do to it, and it was dropping away very quickly. The men's final coming up from 3 p.m. will be Lawamba Chalisi and Tenwa Chalisi. Oh, just hitting the top of the tin there. Oh, well played from Abbie Palmer, playing that one backhand off the body. Didn't have much on it, and Shelley Kitchen almost there, but not quite. So we got the 6-4 to Palmer.
Shot.
Yeah, nice. Hits winners from any corner. certainly she's cut down on the errors, has Abbie Palmer in this, well, the last two games that is. Nice shot. And it's really one of her key shots. She hits a lot of winners off the backhand. Nice lift. It's good play. Right off her toes. Picked it off her toes and played it on the angle into the backhand corner. That's a bit of play. She grabbed a couple of points back as Shelley KITCHEM. One on the backhand corner and one forehand volley.
Yeah.
And been able to hit a winner there from Abbie Palmer. What silence in the crowd. It's a big crowd too. So she hits the winner and then hits the 10. And not overly happy with that either is Abbie Palmer. Oh, nice shot. And the game ball, it looks as though we could be going 5 unless Shelley KITCHEM can do something remarkable here. Very proud to wear Northland on her top and happy to keep on representing them. That's a nice play. That keeps her in it. It was straight into the wall, and it is going 5, folks. This is the women's final between Abbie Palmer and Shelley KITCHEM. Also, you can post any thoughts on the men's final, the one that Shelley against HWR Shelley. They'll be coming up after this match. But in the meantime, the hard hitting continues. As soon as Abbie Palmer can get forward, that's good. It really helps. And it was a nice lift. And that ball just jamming in. You can see both players are really keen to get this. And, they want this title. They're both competitive players. Doesn't matter which match it is. These two do want to win.
Shot.
There's some great winners in this match. So let's see who can cut out the unforced errors. Oh, got that. Oh, and then played that one back at her body, gave it away. Oh, she'd managed to run everything down, played so well to get to that. Quite. And another good shot from Abbie Palmer. Yeah, nice play. She's certainly hitting her straps now. The first 2 games, a bit iffy on some of the mistakes, a lot of unforced errors. However, in these last 3, Palmer has been playing very good squash. Oh, gee, look at that. Try and play against that sort of shot. It was such an acute angle. Off the wall. Played the ball back. Shelley got there. A little bit of a foot at the wall. Not happy. So 5-point buffer for a 6-1 lead, and this the 5th game of the final. Oh, I'll make that. Yeah. And Shelley KITCHEM probably just feeling it a little bit now. Well, you can see that. She's almost got 20 years on Abbie Palmer. And, Palmer, I think, is 23. Shelley KITCHEM, 41. Oh, gee. Well, she's got one back now, as Shelley KITCHEM. Yeah, nice. Yeah, the left-handed Palmer just rack it out in front, quite a way out in front, and just almost poking it across court. Great, there's no words spoken. Just grab the ball, expect the let's get him. Oh, yeah, she got to it. Nice play, and she's not going to get to that one, no. So, Abbie Palmer taking the 9-2 lead in this, the 5th game. The Northland Open. If Palmer does win this, it'll be her 8th Northland Open title. Got a big crowd as well. Great to see so many people here watching top squash. Oh, take that. And the error. Still a long way to go for Shelley KITCHEM to really come back. However, she's had one winner and then had one error given to her. That's nice, really jammed up against the wall, and Palmer unable to get that one back. So keeping it close. Keeping it closer. But gee, that's too good. Again, off the serve. And that is match point. There we go. That is it. And Abbie Palmer winning her 8th Northland title. And congratulations, winning in 5 games. The score, it was 8-11, 5-11, 11-9, 11-8, 11-5.